put down? Today, we've uncovered 5 episodes of your favorite show that were either banned or heavily censored. And the reasons why will absolutely blow your mind. From controversial topics to unexpected content, these episodes reveal a side of Bluey that Disney didn't want you to see. And wait until you hear about number 1. It's finally available to watch, but not where you'd expect. Part 1, the most controversial episode ever made. Let's dive right into the most talked about banned episode that has gained almost mythical status among Bluey fans. Dad Baby, the legendary Season 2, Episode 13, was completely banned from Disney Plus and has never appeared on the platform until now. This 7-minute episode was so controversial that Disney wouldn't even give an official reason for keeping it off their streaming service. But here's where it gets really interesting. The episode follows Bandit discovering an old baby carrier, or as they adorably call it in Australia, a papoose. When Bingo hops in for some pretend play, it sparks a hilarious game where Dad experiences what it's like to be pregnant. But wait until you hear what happens next. The episode culminates in a backyard birth scene that was apparently too much for Disney to handle. And here's something that will blow your mind. Before its surprise YouTube release, American fans could only watch this episode by either buying a $9.99 episode bundle on iTunes or purchasing the entire Bluey Seasons 1 and 2 DVD set where it was hidden away in the bonus features. Talk about making it hard to find. The most incredible part? The episode starts innocently enough with Bingo finding the baby carrier and asking her mom, Chili, about it. But when Bandit puts it on for a demonstration, things take a hilarious turn. He starts acting out pregnancy symptoms while Chili, who's actually been through childbirth twice, just calmly flips through a magazine and swats at him with it. The attention to detail in this scene is amazing. But wait until you hear about the birth scene. Lucky's dad gets roped into being the delivery doctor, and his reaction is priceless. He just wants to watch his cricket game, but instead he's stuck helping with this backyard delivery. When he tries to leave, Bandit grabs his hand and says, "You're not going anywhere," followed by, "Sing to me, Pat." It's comedy gold. Part 2, the episode that caused a fan uprising. Now this is where things get really interesting. Let me tell you about Family Meeting, the episode that was so controversial it sparked a massive fan backlash that actually forced Disney to change their minds. This Season 3 episode was initially banned from Disney Junior for what might be the most surprising reason yet. It discussed flatulence. But here's what makes this story even more incredible. This wasn't just any discussion about passing gas. The episode actually starts with Bluey calling a family meeting to address Dad's morning habits. Can you believe a children's show was brave enough to tackle something so relatable and funny? The fans absolutely loved it. And the way the show handled this topic was brilliant. Instead of just making cheap jokes, they turned it into a hilarious courtroom drama with Bingo as the judge and Bluey as the prosecutor. The writing was so clever that parents found it just as entertaining as their kids did. No wonder fans were outraged when Disney tried to keep this episode off the air. But what happened next is absolutely mind-blowing. After Disney banned the episode, fans took to social media in droves to protest. Parents were sharing stories about how the episode actually helped them talk to their kids about natural bodily functions in a healthy, humorous way. The fan response was so overwhelming that Disney had to publicly address it. In a rare move, Disney's spokesperson actually admitted they needed to reevaluate their standards. They said, "Now that it is rolling out on our platforms, it is a great opportunity to reevaluate, which is what we plan to do." This incredible fan victory shows just how much power viewers have when they stand together. Part 3, the episodes that got completely changed. Now, hold on to your seats because what I'm about to tell you will make you see some of your favorite episodes in a whole new way. Did you know that Disney has actually altered 11 different episodes of Bluey? And some of these changes are absolutely mind-blowing. Let's start with the Markets episode. In the original version, there's this hilarious scene where Bluey and Bingo encounter a unicorn named Buttermilk who does its business right there on the grass. The girls' reaction is priceless. They scream and run away. But Disney thought this was too much and completely edited out the scene. But here's the crazy part. They later changed their minds again and restored the scene on Disney Junior. And that's not all. Remember the episode Taxi, where Bluey's running her own taxi service? In the original version, there's this fantastic scene where Bingo pretends to get airsick and throws up on Bandit's lap. It's the kind of silly humor kids love, but Disney decided to cut it completely. Can you believe they thought pretend vomiting was too much for kids to handle? But wait until you hear about Perfect. This one will really surprise you. In the original version, Bandit and his friend Fido are having this totally natural conversation about getting neutered. I mean, they are dogs after all. But Disney thought this was too mature and changed it to a discussion about removing dog teeth instead. Talk about missing the point of the joke. And here's something that will make your jaw drop. In the episode Daddy Put Down, Disney actually censored a single line where Bingo asks how babies get into their moms' bellies. That's right. One innocent question from a curious child was enough to get the scene cut. It really shows how carefully Disney scrutinizes every single line of dialogue. Part 4, the episode that sparked serious discussion. Now this is where things get really serious. The episode Teasing had to be completely reworked for a reason that shows just how much impact even children's shows can have. The original version included the term Ooga Booga, and what happened next changed the way Bluey handled cultural sensitivity forever. Here's what makes this situation absolutely incredible. When a viewer pointed out that this term had racist connotations for Indigenous Australians, the ABC didn't just make a quiet edit. They took immediate action. They pulled not just one, but 2 episodes off the air. Both Teasing and Daddy Robot, which use the same phrase. But wait until you hear this. The Australian Broadcasting Corporation went even further. They issued a public statement saying the use of offensive language was unintentional and made a commitment to helping reduce discrimination and prejudice. This wasn't just about changing a word, it was about setting an example for how children's television should handle these important issues. And the way they fixed it was brilliant. When the episode made its way to Disney Plus, they replaced Ooga Booga with Shooby-Doo-Wah, keeping all the fun of the original scene while removing any potentially harmful language. This shows how small changes can make a huge difference in making shows more inclusive for everyone. Part 5, the creator who refuses to back down. Now, get ready because this is what makes Bluey absolutely unique in the world of children's television. Creator Joe Brumm has become famous for standing up for his creative vision, and the stories behind these decisions are incredible. In that shocking interview with The Hollywood Reporter, Brumm revealed something that most creators would never dare to say. He admitted that every single script faces pushback about what's appropriate for preschool TV. But instead of giving in, he actually tells executives, "Look, I can't change this. This is too funny," or "I like it too much." That kind of creative courage is exactly why Bluey feels so different from other shows. But here's where it gets even more amazing. When international executives suggested changing the show's distinctively Australian character to make it more globally appealing, Brumm stood his ground. He insisted on keeping everything authentically Australian, from the accents to the local slang. And guess what? This decision actually made the show more successful worldwide. And wait until you hear this. Brum made another bold decision that most producers would never consider. He insisted on using real children to voice all the kid characters. Even though this makes production way more challenging and time-consuming, he believed it was crucial for making the show feel authentic. Talk about commitment to quality. How many of these banned and censored episodes have you seen? Let us know in the comment section, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel to get the latest discoveries about your favorite shows.